What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the app. I know this video is going up a little bit early. Today is actually only Wednesday here in live time while I'm recording the video. And in the last video, if you watched it about vacation, I said I was going to be on vacation recording it, but I've had some extra time today. I thought I would just go ahead and knock it out. Next week, the scenery will be a little bit different behind me, as I won't be in the office. But today's video is going to be about caffeine. It was inspired by a topic that I recently had with someone regarding coffee and the morning time and pre-workouts and energy drinks and all of that. So if anybody is used to having a couple of times during the day with caffeine involved, it's definitely me. And I'm sure that's something that everybody can relate to. Some people just aren't really caffeine people, and that's totally okay. But my job today, in the next few minutes here with you guys, is to talk about the kind of the best way to start your day, what's going to actually fuel your body without necessarily needing abundance of caffeine, and then also how to get your body on a stabilized source of energy throughout the rest of the day so that you don't have to rely on caffeine, because I think it's a big issue, and it causes a lot more problems than what you might realize. So I'm going to lay it out with a very simple phrase that I just came up with recently talking to some people. But you ever realize that people that are tired all the time have caffeine? So it's not that you have caffeine because you are tired all the time. It's that, or that actually was backwards. You're tired, so you have caffeine. But when you have caffeine, you're actually tired all the time. And it's this ongoing cycle that people don't realize that they get themselves into. And it gets so bad that if you don't have caffeine one day, or you don't have the same amount that your body's used to, you end up with a headache or a migraine, a caffeine headache. It's a very real thing that some people they've put themselves in this situation. And when you go take an Excedrin migraine, one of the biggest ingredients in that is actually caffeine. And so it just feeds into the issue, feeds into the addiction, feeds into the problem. So number one, we're going to start with the morning time when you wake up. I love to get up in the morning and have a black cup of coffee. That's what I like. I do that. However, one thing I think most people don't do is drink water. The number one best thing you can do when you open your eyes in the morning is to get a cold glass of water, ice cold glass of water, and down 8 ounces of cold water. It's going to do a few things for your body. Number one, it's going to wake you up. Just the temperature, it's going to wake you up. It's going to actually hydrate you. That's the number one thing. But the brain, having that drop in temperature as it enters your body, and also hydration, that actually wakes up the brain. They did a study on this, and I can't remember the exact percentage, but it's significantly, it wakes the brain up and stimulates brain function like so much more than coffee does. Coffee gives you a feeling, like a warm, cozy, kind of slow drip of energy into the body. It's comfortable when you sip on that warm coffee. I drink warm coffee, but I chug ice cold water in the morning when I wake up. And that really does trigger your brain to start becoming more active and to increase brain activity early in the morning. So that is kind of the number one thing people don't do, is drink a lot of water in the morning. It's, let me get up, I'm thirsty, I'm gonna drink some coffee. And then before they realize, they're sipping on coffee all morning, they're not drinking very much water. And a lot of times, if they get a migraine or they get tired, it's not because they need more caffeine or because they didn't sleep. They just need to hydrate better. So I'm telling you, if you get up in the morning, you drink a glass of ice cold water, 8 ounces, it will wake you up and it will give you more energy, because it's giving your body nutrients, it's giving your body hydration, it's making your body actually feel good and your mind work properly, rather than sipping on caffeine to give you a stimulated response. So water solves the problem, caffeine puts a artificial feeling over the problem. With that being said, I still drink coffee. I enjoy it. Matter of fact, I'm up here at Shave. My wife left her coffee from this morning here, so um, there's that. But so we all drink coffee, is totally fine. Now, after the morning time, one thing I hear a lot is about 1 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You get tired. I said it before. I get tired. I grab an energy drink. Right. Two reasons why you get tired in the afternoon. Number one, you had a large lunch with carbs in it. Sometimes I have carbs today. I really didn't have any carbs before. I've had really hardly any carbs at all today, actually. I've had like 20 grams of carbs in a protein bar, but that's because I know I'm going to have a larger dinner tonight. But that's for another topic. My point is that I actually have had an even um, source, kind of a steady flow of energy all day. When you have carbs in the morning for breakfast, what that does is it spikes blood sugar. You get a sugar rush like a child would, and then you get a crash. Then you drink more coffee, thinking that it's the caffeine. So the bagel for breakfast only helped you for a couple of hours. Then you get a crash around 10, 11 o'clock. You drink more coffee. You go to lunch. You might go out to lunch and have a sandwich or whatever it is with some carbs in it. Then around 2 o'clock, you get tired again. You drink more coffee. So you see the kind of the cycle we have trending here. Carbs and coffee, but we're lacking good protein, fats, and water and hydration. So if I do a bagel with coffee in the morning, which tastes good, or a donut and coffee in the morning, it's gonna make me feel good. I'm gonna feel good for like an hour, 2 hours, but then I'm gonna crash really hard when my blood sugar drops. So I keep drinking coffee to kind of cover that up. Then lunch comes around, I go out with coworkers. Let's say I work with people here at the office. I go out, I eat a sandwich. I have a nice sandwich with some chips, Diet Coke. Okay, still have yet to drink really any water today. Get back from lunch. I go back to the office. 2 o'clock rolls around. I'm getting sleepy. I go grab a cup of coffee. So I'm probably 3 or 4 cups deep during the day of coffee. Caffeine is a product that will actually dehydrate you. So I'm drinking coffee. It's a diuretic. I'm actually dehydrating myself. I'm having carbs. I'm having probably a lot of sodium in that food that I'm eating out during the day, the bagel or the donut, the lunch out, the sandwich. So there's a severe downward trend going on, and that's unfortunately most of society. They have carbs with breakfast, they have coffee, they really don't have protein. They have coffee during the morning. They go out and have a carb-filled lunch with lots of sodium. They have coffee when they get back after they've had carb, sodium, and maybe some potato chips, whatever. Say it's a sandwich, for example, and a Diet Coke or a regular Coke. So now they've had nothing but sugar and carbs all day, or carbs and fats all day with caffeine. No water, no protein, no fats. So you're dehydrating yourself, and then you're covering up that tired feeling, which is really not you sleepy because you lack of sleep. It's really you not hydrating well and not eating appropriately. So it starts this cycle. You go to bed, you wake up the next morning, and you're still tired. And then you hear people say, why am I always so tired? I'm so tired all the time. I'm so tired all the time, but yet here I am drinking 6 cups of coffee a day. It doesn't make any sense. So therefore, you have to look deeper than just what are you doing, right? What are you doing? What are you putting in your body? Because what you're putting in your body is what you're going to feel and what you're going to experience. So if you are masking the exhaustion or whatever you're tired feeling throughout the day with coffee and with caffeine, you're only digging yourself into a deeper hole. So anyways, guys, that's something to think about. It's a topic that really don't talk about a whole lot. It's a topic people don't really know much about. So I can tell you right now, my day starts off with a cup of black coffee just because I like coffee that's black and that's just kind of strong, but it starts off with a lot of ice cold water. That really helps with kind of getting my body up and going. And you'll notice a difference. So if nothing else from this video, I challenge you, start tomorrow morning with a cup, 8-ounce ice cold water. Down it within just a few minutes. It's gonna make you feel better. I promise you, you're gonna notice that just hydrating properly first thing in the morning and still enjoying your coffee is going to make you feel a lot better. As far as the carbs go throughout the day, we touched a little bit on nutrition there and how that might contribute to a tired feeling throughout the day. We can get that on, that's another topic for another video. But today's mainly about the coffee and how caffeine can actually dig yourself into a deeper hole if you're feeling exhausted all the time. So if you want to feel better, limit your caffeine intake. Try hydration and proper nutrition first. And mainly the hydration part. Try that first. It's little baby steps. Hydrate well first. I promise you'll notice the difference. Thanks, guys, for watching. Hope that helps you. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.